Hey everyone, how you doing today? I'm going to show you an update on this new Merc ship. I think I'm going to just call it the MXA. I quite frankly ran out of numbered MX models to use. The only one that was really available is the MX-13. But after spawning the 12 and 14 models, which are like 4 times the size of this, I just felt that was a little out of place. So I'm just calling it MXA or MX Assault is what that is supposed to mean, whether that makes any difference or not. But anyway, yeah, this is a Core 13 version of the ship here, and it basically has to do with the interior stuff and not so much the exterior. I do have some thrusters I got to color yet on here. So I did lay out the interior as well, but I'll show you that in just a second. Just let me get this off the ground. I'll show you the underside of it in a second. And it does have that canopy force field down in there, but you can almost not see it. And you can kind of see a little little force fieldy thing there. Kind of fits around and over by the turret, and kind of there's one more lift thruster in the front there that kind of fits around too. But other than that, yeah, 22,500 hit points for that part, which is and if you take a look at where it's at from the almost the front of the ship to back here, it's kind of one of your most vulnerable areas. If you're going after POIs and things, one of your more likely places to be shot at. And I hope the POI would actually try to shoot at this turret, of course, too. And these little baby thrusters that are in there. These are just these are almost like decoys, but it probably adds a little bit of turning speed to the overall build due to their location. But they are very inexpensive thrusters. And again, on this build too, all the thrusters on here are the plasma variants. So I kind of needed to do that to get enough speed, I guess, to try to make it work and keep everything really small, which I was trying to do on this build for sure. So the other feature too is if obviously it has a standard combat or well whatever these are armored cockpits. So when you do get out, it shoots you out to the one side, so you can just basically fall right back in to the interior of the creation. I'll be sure to put this on a sensor too, so it's just quick and easy to do. And hopefully that'll help. But yeah, that's basically the ship. Now the inside is I don't have lights in here yet, but I was laying out like all the parts, the storage, the general layout. And right now I got it packed with up to Core 13 stuff, basically. So it's running. Oh, also I took everyone's advice on the last video too. I did get rid of that long range radar back here, put the turret there, got rid of the turrets off the side in these locations over here, which freed up a little bit of CPU. So that's helpful. I kind of needed that anyway. It should balance out pretty good as the Core 9. Now again, this is the Core 13 version of it, which I did pop in a warp drive and 4 small shield parts, 2 medium shield parts, a fusion reactor, which is actually like right down here. Does no, I'm sorry, it's right over there. One of these is a advanced shield, and the other one's a fusion reactor. Right in that location there. It does have Wi-Fi, does have O2, and that's all checked out already. A couple of storage boxes. Most of the cores are laid out along the floor over here. It does have a clone chamber and a trauma station, O2. So all the stuff I would want it to have, being like a POI type of ship as well. Park next to a POI, I can shoot down a drone and keep its shield running and everything while you're inside the POI shooting everything up. So yeah, so I got to paint the whole inside and add lights and sensors and that stuff. It does have a passenger seat, of course, too. The ammo, it only has a single ammo bay, 8,500 for its ammo. I think that should be good. It's possible I could add a little bit more container extensions in it, but I think that's going to be good enough for this particular build here. Wi-Fi is up over there. The generators and stuff I did kind of bury behind here. I really didn't have much of a choice. Now, if I take this down, like currently, if you take a look at the CPU, I got it up to 39,000 using about 35,000 of that. And this is a, let me sort that. This is a Core 13 in its present form, and that's with 2 quantum and 2 aux cores. What I now realize too is the quantum and aux cores are physically different sizes too, so that kind of makes it a little bit more rough too. So it's trying to make space for all that stuff when they're different sizes. But yeah, other than that, I did not put it in a constructor or a fridge. I could probably put it in a fridge though. I'm starting to think about that. I'm like, I don't really have any good reason not to put it in a fridge, but it's a lot of it's just trying to balance that CPU out. So what I'm going to do real quick here is just remove a lot of the extra parts. Yeah, there's our warp drive. It does have 5 fuel tanks in it and 4 oxygen tanks as well. So let me take out the warp drive and all these shield parts here. And these won't come in stock, and of course the fusion generator. Oh, I got a couple. Oh, I do have a little bit of extra blocks over here. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that. I buried them and I forgot about it. So a couple extra blocks here. Let me get rid of these other cores here. Here's one of the quantum cores, I think, is right there, and the other one I've got parked here right now. They're all over the place. I mean, try to fit all this stuff in here is, you know how it is. And then it does have the that better detector, but it's not the long range radar. It is what is that called? Advanced detector. So it does have one of those that I installed. I tried to find a place on the outside of the body to put it, but it was not working out. Oh, and I put in some wrong blocks up here too. So I got some more things to fix up on the interior. But after we got rid of those parts, I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here that would be chewing up a bunch of CPU. See where the CPU is at now. Oops. 28,000. So we should be back to Core 9 specs. Yeah. So it's actually pretty happy right now at Core 9 with those other parts out of there. And it looks like it actually has a little extra CPU. Not sure how that's really possible. Oh, one other thing I did do to the build too is I did double up the strafing thrust on it, so it has 2 strafing thrusters on the back area instead of 1 like it had last time. So it's still running 8 of these medium plasma cannons for its primary gun, and then beyond that it just has 2 turrets. Shield strength is going to come out to, without the extra shield parts, of course, to 8743. It is running an advanced shield on there. But yeah, I now realize I have somehow some extra CPU in here, and not really sure why. I'm not complaining. I just don't know exactly why I have extra CPU. It seemed like I didn't have that much CPU when I started all this, but when I added more parts, somehow I got more CPU. Something not quite jiving here. Maybe it was the long range radar thing, because I did replace that with this too, which is additional CPU savings and cut down a turret on it. So anyway, I'll try to use up a little bit of that CPU. Maybe try to install a couple little things. As in a constructor, it's possible to put a constructor in here in a couple different locations, but yeah, I didn't really think it was necessary. And the same thing, I don't plan on having this come stock with the warp drive, but you know, if you want to put one in, by all means do it. You do have a slot for that. So yeah, that's basically the whole build. I just wanted to show you where I'm at with it right now. The only other thing I haven't done yet too is replace some of these front blocks here with hardened steel. One last thing, without the extra parts in it, which does add more weight, by the way. It moves 35 forward, 19 strafing only, 44 lift, 35 reverse, 18 down. So it's fairly balanced. The secondary numbers aren't too bad. Pitch, yaw, and roll are all reasonably all right. It flies smooth and fairly responsive. It's not too twitchy or anything like that. So I'm pretty cool with it the way it is. Of course, with the extra parts, the fusion reactor, extra shield parts, the warp drive, it does add more weight to it and slows it down a little bit more. So just keep that in mind. Of course, you could always upgrade the thrusters to the plasma variants of the thrusters as well. So, I'm sorry, the antimatter variants. It already has plasma. So that is basically the build. I'm trying to fast track this thing. So basically, a little later today, I'll probably paint the interior and then submit it for the challenge. That's tomorrow for the Anvil SV challenge. So I'll have something up in there, and yeah, I'll get this to the workshop sometime. And I also got that Terminator ship to get to the workshop sometime here too. I'm not really in a hurry on that one because it's not. It needs some more work. I think I don't like a couple aspects of this build right now. One, the aspect I actually least like about it is its interior pathing. I try to keep it straightforward and simple, but I found that getting from like the hangar up to the first person cockpit through the double elevator thing, and doing this and then going over here, then going over here, and then going over here, it's kind of tedious to come up here actually from inside the rest of the ship. But then again, at the same time, I really have no idea what I'm going to do about that to make it any bit better. I could try the ladder approach as suggested to get rid of the elevator blocks and replace them with ladders. That could help a little bit. Again, the ship was kind of intended not to be running gravity generators in it either. For the rest of for the actual combat ability of the ship, the other issue I've got with it is I'm not really too happy with the plasma turrets, and it's been recommended to try a different type of turret, like some lasers and stuff like that for the turrets. These actually really suck bad at shooting drones too. So that's an issue. These guns are nice and powerful. I'll keep the main plasma batteries on it. But as in the turrets, maybe I'll just release it without the turrets. But then you're going to have retractable holes all over the place in the hull, which kind of sucks too. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, these are the two builds that I'll try to get to the workshop in the next. Well, this one might actually come to the workshop before that one does. I don't know about this weekend, but next week for sure I'll definitely get this one to the workshop and maybe this one a week after that, so I don't like flood things and have a little bit more time with it. So other than that, please let me know what you think, if you like the overall design. Again, I'm dealing with RE2 specs. You just can't build like you did back in the day. It doesn't work CPU wise, and there's more parts now, and you can't build things as big really because it's too hard to move, and just there's a lot of things where anyway, we'll see how this all works out. I hope it works good. I hope like the wing parts and this other thing aid with the armor. And not to mention, one last thing too is the nose area isn't that big, but it is all it is all solid steel up in here, at least right now. And it doesn't really break through to the interior up until this block here. Not that it's super far back from the front, but it should be able to take some hits at least. I couldn't exactly say how many. SVs seem to get wiped out extremely quickly. So there is that aspect too. So other than that, y'all have yourself a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.